So, Sonja, how would you like to play Three-Question Thursday?
Sure.
Well, I understand from our conversations that you have been the detective in your own world of finding out that you don't necessarily agree with grains too much, or they don't agree with you, but you have used sweet potatoes.
Yep.
Correct? What are some ways to use sweet potatoes?
Oh gosh. Somebody asked me once if I have stock in the sweet potato industry because I talk about it so much.
Well, tell us what's so good about sweet potatoes.
So sweet potatoes are actually listed. Stephen Guyenet wrote a book called The Hungry Brain, which talks about adiposity level set point and ways to shift your metabolism, ways to get past a plateau, all sorts of things. And one of the things that he lists is that sweet potatoes in particular mimic for us the same kinds of things, the same kinds of satiety that happens to us when we eat certain sugar and flours. Sweet potatoes is incredibly rich in nutrition. So I highly recommend, if you can get as much sweet potatoes into your body as possible. It's considered a grain on the Bright Line Eating program. I recommend also not going back. If you've been struggling with the weight loss plan, I recommend adding sweet potatoes at lunch and dinner, 4 ounces lunch and dinner, and starting your program that way. That makes a huge difference often. It helps so many of my clients. It makes a big difference if you can get a better start. It allows you to have a stronger foundation for your food plan. So sweet potatoes, you can make them mashed, you can make them, you can bake them, you can slice them and bake them, you can use an air fryer, you can stick them in the microwave, you can boil them. There's any number of ways to cook those things, and all of them work.
I've got to get more involved with sweet potatoes. I want to ask
Costco
you,
sells big bags of them, and I buy 3 at a time, and I roast them up, and you can stick them in the freezer. You can do 4-ounce portions and stick them in the freezer. They're great for traveling. I take them with me whenever I'm going somewhere. They're my breakfast grain, so I highly recommend them.
Fantastic. The other day you mentioned prickly pear syndrome. What is that?
Do you know what happens when we get rid of sugar and flour? Everything pisses us off. Everything is outsized. Everything is nasty. And I call that prickly pear syndrome. Whenever we're without it, and when we have to give it up again. So what we will find over time is that those things that send us into hangry mode or whatever, that send us to that nasty place, when we can relax into that new place and preferably find something to replace that treat, redefine a treat, redefine the thing that is numbing us out, redefine what is nurturing us. When we can get rid of that and supplement it with that front loading joy, as I've mentioned, the things that are outsized for us, that I call it prickly pear syndrome. When things are still crazy, we can calm those down over time. But the prickly pear syndrome happens when we let go of sugar and flour. It is a fact because we don't have anything to replace it. It's our numbing agent. And now what?
And so now we have to feel our feelings. Who wants to do that?
Exactly. We've never done that. How many of us are toddlers with a temper tantrum because we've just never had to feel our feels? And we don't get to feel the giddiness and the delight and the glee either.
Yeah, giddiness like a half a marathon and a 5K. I have one more question for you. What is a favorite mantra? Do you have one?
You know, the one that I've always used is I eat in black and white so I can live in color. And that does not mean that I eat boring. That just means I'm specific about what I eat. I'm very clear about the foods that I put in my body. But the one that I've really loved recently is cry a river, build a bridge, get over it.
Wow.
That's my favorite new one. It has so much richness, and it tells us to feel all our feels, to feel them, and then get motivated once we've gotten that cry out, get motivated and build that bridge, and then get over it.
That's so awesome. I love it.
I know.
I love it. I got to print that and stick it where I can see it every day.
Yep.
While I'm dancing, uploading my joy.
That's right.
Oh, Sonja, what a delight. Thank you so much, so very much for saying yes for when I asked you to be on, and everything that you've done for this program tonight. And thank you for playing Three-Question Thursday.
You're so
I hope you had as much fun as I did.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Noreen.
Thanks. I hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody. Good night. Stay bright.